More than 1,000 people have been arrested in Chicago during Operation Midway Blitz. I know absolutely nothing about this. You guys know I don't keep up with the news. I'm trying to start incorporating more of this into the channel. So let's learn about this together. Let's get into it.
President Trump is ordering a review of Oregon's federal funding as Antifa chaos continues in Portland.
Meanwhile, radical agitators have spent nearly 100 nights straight.
Are these people like cosplaying out here? Was that Pepe the Frog down there? Radical agitators. Bro, these guys are in Halloween costumes.
Nights straight, laying siege outside the city's ice facility.
Chanley Painter is here with all the details. Chanley.
Hey, good morning. That's right. Trump's announcement coming as the violent anti-ice clashes persist in Portland since early June. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying this. Watch.
President Trump will end the radical left's reign of terror in Portland once and for all. The president has directed Secretary Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other left-wing domestic terrorists.
I mean, as long as they know, I guess it is those people. But I always feel when I watch this stuff, I'm like, do we really know who's doing this stuff? Like, is it Antifa? Is it these other people, you know? So I don't know. These blanketed statements always give me, I always ask a lot of questions.
Not peaceful protesting. This is left-wing anarchy.
Now, there is a difference between, you know, anarchy and peacefully protesting. Peacefully protesting is, you know, you got the right to do that, free speech. But when you start throwing rocks, cans of soup, bricks, you start being violent, that's when things change.
Portland director says the facility is under
bro, this dude's in the frog costume, bro.
Constant attack with little help from local police because of political directives from city leaders. And the nightly protests have escalated beyond just chants and signs. Bottle rockets are striking ICE buildings. Rocks are shattering.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you shooting bottle rockets, you're being violent, you're being an aggressor. You know, that stuff has to be dealt with.
Windows, lasers targeting officers' eyes, and barricades blocking vehicles. On Friday, the FBI said 2 federal citations were issued in just the past 24 hours, as well as 27 active and pending investigations and 130 arrests. Following
that seems small. I don't know. I figure with how many people are out there protesting and rioting, I don't know. It seems like that's not a lot, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base. I don't know.
100 days since agitators have laid siege to.
Wait, 100 days? These people have been out there for 100 days? Wait a minute. This makes me wonder. How are you able to be out there and protest for 100 days? Don't you got a job? Don't you got bills? I bet some of y'all got kids. How are you able to protest that long and not have to clock into a job? You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, I'm a YouTuber and I gotta work. 100 days? Chat, let me know right now. Could some of you guys take 100 days off work? It begs the question, is it people living off the government? Because people living off the government would not be working, right? They would be Section 8 housing, be on SNAP, EBT, food stamps. So maybe there is some validity to it being the left. Because, you know, typically a lot of the people I know that are conservative, they have jobs, they have businesses, they work, they pay their taxes. But the people that are freeloading are typically on the left. And one of you guys, I don't know who it was, sent me something the other day because we did a video about food stamps and stuff like that. And it said, in Section 8, it said 75 to 80% of the occupants of Section 8 are single moms. That's crazy, right? Let's get back into this.
At ICE facility, Portland FBI is posting this quote. We continue to work with our partners to investigate instances of violence and destruction of property and hold those individuals accountable. And meanwhile, in Illinois, protests
and dude, as they should be held accountable, because here's my entire thing on this, man. Like, they're looting businesses. I lived in Austin when the George Floyd stuff was going on, and they were looting businesses. They were like burning cars. And I'm like, dude, like, these people might have families. These people that run these businesses, like, it's not easy to run a business, and you're going after these guys. Like, these guys are the regular, everyday, common folk, and, you know, why are you ruining their business? Why are you doing anything like that?
Anti-ICE protesters bringing violence to America's streets, but Democrats are refusing to help.
Yeah, and we're talking about the chaos that has broken out in Portland, Oregon, and in Chicago. The split screen you see here, the absolute violence.
But didn't they send out the National Guard? It's not like the Army or something, right?
Assaults and riots happening as the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, saying, I want to be clear, there is no need for military troops on the ground in the state of Illinois. Go out to Portland, Oregon, this same exact thing you're seeing there, the same violence in the streets, more than 100 days of violent assaults on the ICE facility in Portland as the attorney general there in
This is
Portland.
just ridiculous to me because, like, even when they assassinated Charlie Kirk, like, they weren't rioting in the streets. They held a massive vigil. You know, they celebrated his life. They were positive about it. This is just so weird to me that we head to the streets and start destroying businesses and destroying roadways and obstructing people getting to work and maybe taking care of their kids. You know, what if a mom has a medical emergency? She's trying to take her kid to the hospital and you got a bunch of protesters in the street and this kid dies from asphyxia, or I don't know. You know, there's a ton of things that could happen. Like, this stuff to me is not the way to come about a solution. If you want to come about a solution, go do it the lawful way. Try to change the laws, you know. Preach your passion. Talk about what you want to change. This stuff, to me, is ridiculous.
Portland says that Portland is not the president's war-torn fantasy. Our city is not ravaged, and there's no rebellion. Joining us now, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Madam Secretary, we just showed our viewers exactly the reality of what's playing out, and then the rhetoric of the Democratic leaders, and it seems to tell two different stories.
Yes, I've encouraged the governor of Oregon and of Illinois and that attorney general should go down and spend some time with our ICE officers and with our Border Patrol officers and encounter the protesters that they do, because these individuals are shouting hateful things at them, threatening their families, putting their hands on them, and acts of violence are occurring on a regular basis. So they're just sitting far away.
Well, dude, here's my thing. Those ICE guys, they're people too. They got families. You know, and in my opinion, I put them in the bucket of law enforcement or military, which shout out to all the military, shout out to all the law enforcement guys out there. I think people seem to forget that's what keeps, like, when something bad happens, I don't care if you're left or right, and you call the cops, you want somebody to show up to take care of you. So that's in my opinion, that's what makes our country awesome.
And safe facilities, some of them with protective detail, which is a very different situation than trying to clean up the streets and help protect the families and the victims of these criminals that have been roaming for far too long.
So during the break, you told us that there are actually some individual agents who have been identified and have bounties placed on their
bounties. They're treating this like Red Dead Redemption 2. You got bounties on ICE agents, bro. What are we even talking about? What?
Heads. Tell us more about that.
It's like a GTA role playing. I got a bounty on this guy. What is this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we had a really strange incident yesterday where we had a caravan of 10 different vehicles that were following our Border Patrol agents and officers that were out there on the streets of Chicago. And they had followed them and gotten them cornered, pinned them down. And then our agents, when getting out of their cars, they tried to run them over and had semi-automatic handguns on them.
Oh, my God. That's straight up a mission out of GTA. What is going on?
Where our agents had to protect themselves and shots were fired and an individual ended up in the hospital that was attacking these officers. Very dangerous situation. And then in that situation,
only one was hospitalized. I figured if it was, you guys were getting pinned down and going to a shootout, somebody would be 6 feet deep. That's kind of weird.
As well, this individual.
It makes me think, like, were they actually pinned down? Were they getting shot at? I feel like if it's like, because like in the movies, they're shooting 100 rounds and one guy gets hit in the calf. He's like, I gotta slow down. But in real life, bro, bullets start flying. Somebody's getting hit. Somebody dying. Like it's a war zone out there right now. 10 caravans pinning down a bunch of ICE agents. I don't know. It's just a little weird.
Had threatened them previously and had told them that they all needed to go down and shouted expletives at them. So our intelligence indicates that these people are organized. They're getting more and more people on their team as far as attacking officers, and they're making plans to ambush them and to kill them. We have specific officers and agents that have bounties that have been put out on their heads. It's been $2,000 to kidnap them, $10,000 to kill them. They've released their...
That is wild.
Pictures. They've sent them between their networks, and it's an extremely dangerous situation and unprecedented. So we've put protective detail around those individuals, changed some of our operations to keep our officers safe. But make no mistake, this isn't just about, protesting free speech or that they don't like that people out here are upholding the law of our country. They're actually going out there and saying, kill these people and we'll give you this much money to do it.
Well, and Secretary...
Sorry, Chad, I turned it up a little bit.
I want to stay on the bounties.
Who is issuing the bounties? I know that you guys are looking into groups like Antifa. Is it linked to that, or who is issuing these bounties? What do we know right now?
Well, I'm going to be careful what I say because we have investigations going on and these threats are out there. So I'm not going to give you specific officers, although they have been targeted towards specific officers and released their phone numbers or released their pictures. But it is gangs, it is cartel members.
So speaking of the gangs, I did do a little pre-research on this because I've been hearing that it's these gangs and it's like it's a Colombian gang called the Tren de Aragua. I think that's how you say it. All you need to know about the Venezuelan gang from Bogota, Colombia, the Tren de Aragua. I think that's how you say it. I don't even know. The Venezuelan gang that President Trump is targeting in his latest wave of deportations formed in a Venezuelan prison, but has branched out to become a multinational crime organization that has pulled off brazen attacks in places ranging from New York City to Santiago, Chile. Spanish for the Train of Aragua was founded in 2014 in the Tocoron prison in the central Venezuelan state of Aragua. It may have taken its time from a name from a union of railroad workers building a train connection between Caracas and Aragua. The gang largely controlled the Tocoron, good lord, my Spanish is terrible. Stupid. Where it ran a zoo, or my Colombian, whatever. A zoo, swimming pool, disco, restaurant, and bar. From behind bars, its leaders ordered robberies, kidnappings, and murders. But as Venezuela sank into its worst economic meltdown in history and crime became less lucrative, the gang branched out overseas. It recruited new gang members from among 8 million Venezuelans who had fled the country's economic crisis. Initially, it established the criminal cells in neighboring Colombia, Peru, and Chile, where it smuggled drugs and people and operated extortion rackets and prostitution rings. That's crazy. They've expanded to the United States, which is about home to 700,000 Venezuelan migrants. Besides a wave of robberies, the gang is suspected in the shooting of the New York police officers and the killing of former Venezuelan police officer in Florida. I saw that just happen. That was crazy. But they said they're supposed to be in Pennsylvania, Florida, New York, Texas, and California, which is crazy to me. Crazy to me. So in my opinion, this is stuff that needs to be dealt with. President Trump should have to deal with this stuff. And I hope that no more Americans get hurt. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Loki boy. Oh, Loki boy. Free. Sit, wait. Look at your little snotty nose. Why you got a snotty nose, bro? Free. This man got a snotty nose, bro. Did y'all see that chat? Loki, go blow your nose, man. Go blow your nose, bro. Goodness gracious. But yeah, man, it's like the people that are, in ICE, and it seems like they're just trying to do their job, but getting hits out on you is crazy work.
Own terrorist organizations, so foreign terrorist organizations as deemed by the president, but also ones that we have known for many, many years. And they are making sure that they know which officers are out there and being extremely effective, and they want to take them down because they want to try to stop the operations that are going that are keeping them from making money off their criminal networks.
Do you have any evidence that those same cartels are actually helping fund some of the protests themselves in terms of turning people out?
Or they must have to. 100 days off of work? Goodness. It's a third of a year almost.
Well, we've been spending a lot of time working as a whole of government approach, and so talked to Scott Bessent about this last night, and he's really helping us dig into the funding of these operations, where they're getting their money. You know, when you're down there with these protesters and you're looking at them and interacting with them. I was in Chicago just 2 days ago, watching these protesters and our officers engage with them. All the protesters are wearing the same gas masks. They're carrying the same kind of signs. Many of them were printed with the same font. They look like they came from the same company. To be that organized and have the same equipment to push back on law and order, you know that somebody is funding them and organizing them and that they're being paid. What would all these individuals be doing, and how are they affording their groceries, their rent, their homes?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you affording to live if you're out there for 100? You're out there for 3 months. Chat, how many of you would go protest for 3? It'd take a really, really strong cause for me to go out and be able to afford, number one, but number two, feel passionate enough to protest for 90 days straight. 100 days straight. That's crazy. So I got another video from Yinka, that guy. It's Antifa protesters getting arrested in the funniest ways.
Ugly bitch. Then do it.
And now she's insulting me and telling me that I'm fat.
What's their job? Arresting people who are assaulting people on public property.
Like you guys?
Oh, who am I assaulting? Who am I assaulting? Who am I fucking assaulting? You see me touching anybody, bitch? You see me touching anybody, bitch? What do you got me there?
In the face! Oh my God. That's that military grade mace too, boy. Ooh, that'll color your hair different.
I can't breathe!
Oh my God, she got hit hard with that. What happened to be all big and strong and big and bad? What happened to that, man?
The more you're gonna find out.
That's crazy. Bro, she got hit hard with the mace, bro.
All right, everyone.
Chad, have any of y'all ever been maced? I remember there was a time I was in middle school and my buddy, his dad had some bear mace, and I like grabbed it, started playing with it there for a second, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it down. I didn't spray it, and then I started rubbing my eyes. Boy, that hurt so bad. I was under the water just running hot water on my eyeball for 10 minutes straight. Terrible mistake there.
All pedestrians will move outside the road, or you'll be arrested for impeding. All pedestrians will move outside the road now, or you will be arrested for impeding. Let's move them out.
Move off the
roadway. Clear the road. Move off the roadway now. Back. Clear out of the way. Sir, get back.
He said move.
Get up.
And this isn't rocket surgery. The dude said move. You should probably get out of the road.
You need an ambulance? You all right? You need an ambulance, sir. Take my phone. I got it. Back up. You threw it down, motherfucker.
Bro, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to assault this guy. Bro, I'm gonna tell you the quickest way to get out of an altercation with a cop, law enforcement, is to just do what they say. It's really not. It's not hard. They ask you, give me your ID, give them your ID. Insurance, here's the insurance, you know. Anytime I've been in contact with a cop, and I've been in contact with cops multiple times, if you comply, most of the time your life's pretty easy. Oh my God, is this person just on the run?
Get your hands open!
Just tackled him.
On your back now!
This is wild, bro. Yeah, this reminds me, because I went to the George Floyd protests in Austin when it happened. And a lot of this, they were shooting paintballs. I got tear gassed out there. And I was just documenting it because I'd never been, dude. Like, I'm so open to saying I don't know. And you guys know I do this all the time. I don't know a lot about this stuff. I don't keep up with the news. I stay in my own bubble, you know. But I just know that there were people out there, like I said earlier, burning cars. They were throwing rocks at cops. So they were, and then people were trying to get to work. People were simply trying to get to work. And all of us, me included, were in the street blocking the roadway. That's irresponsible. And there was big trucks trying to deliver things. And I was like, bro, like, so I eventually, after like the first day, I kind of realized what was going on and how meaningless it was. So I was like, I'm not going back. But it was absolute chaos. It's the first time I was like 27, 26 maybe. No, I might have been, yeah, it was like 27, 28. It's the first time I had ever been to a protest ever of any kind. And I was raised in a small town, Paris, Texas. So when I finally got to have an opportunity to go to one, I was like, I want to see what it's all about. You see this stuff on the news, but you don't really know. And I'm a big firm believer of like, let me get on the front lines to see what's going on if I want to make a comment on it. So I did, and it was kind of meaningless after a bit. Like I was like, like what are we doing here? This is kind of ridiculous that we're all out here, and all we're really doing is stopping traffic. We're not really helping the cause at all. Like I really wasn't on any side of it. Yeah, I just went out there to kind of see what was going on.
You gonna come tow it with your helmet? Yep. Oh, okay.
And people can still stay here. Okay. Okay.
Strap it to your helmet, man.
What are you trying to do?
Tow it tough, man.
Run California Plate 7, Boy, David, X-ray
1445. Oh, he's got his helmet on. Tough guys with the helmets. Come on out.
Bro, I don't show up at the local Starbucks and give you a hard time. Why are you giving these guys a hard time, man?
Less lethal's at. Come on, come on.
That's the biggest problem that we just like. People hate on law enforcement so much, but then they're the first ones to call the cops if something happens.
Asking a question.
Just asking us a question.
She's just asking a question. You guys look fucking ridiculous coming out here all armored up like this to fucking tell someone to move their car.
Badge number 1445.
Yep.
Yep.
Right here.
All right. Stay 9 unit. Yep. 945. Badge number.
Bro, I've always thought it's funny when somebody's like, "Give me your badge." What are you gonna do? Give me your badge number, dude.
That one.
Badge number 262. Badge number. You can't detain.
What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
You cannot detain. You cannot detain. You are not allowed. You are not.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You are not.
Goodness gracious, the jelly rolls falling out and all.
You are not allowed to.
She went from faff-hoing to faff-knowing. Bro, don't mess with the cops, man. I just don't get, like, if a cop says, hey, can you move your car? Here's what she should have done. Hey, I'm sorry, officer. Yeah, I'll move my car. And you would have avoided all of this instead of talking noise, talking out the side of your neck, being rude. I'll never understand this philosophy of, like, trying to stick it to the cops by just not listening to them. Wait, isn't throwing water on somebody assault? Oh my god, that cop is right there. I gotta watch that again.
Then you won't encounter things like this.
Oh. Cop right there. Ma'am, you're under arrest for assault.
Yeah, you're right there.
The swiftness, bro. Swiftness.
That's come up.
Dang. Instant karma, bro.
Go ahead, take your bag off. This is gonna come off your bed.
Brutal.
You got your head through?
So I hope it was worth it, huh? It looks like she was just getting food too. Imagine you had to miss eating because you want to throw ice water on somebody. Crazy work. It's the longest time I think I've ever seen somebody put cuffs on somebody. I've watched a lot of cops. I'm no pro, but I've watched a lot of cops.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
What the fuck? You're like 100 pounds.
Weirdo.
There's usually
And it's 100 pounds and the register I dropped bitches and knocked that whole pink out. So what's good? What's good? What's good?
Is it like trailer bitches that do want to mess or don't have teeth?
What they do? I'll beat your ass. You don't care. Come on.
You won't say it again, right?
Bro, Big Bertha and Little Slim, what are y'all doing?
That's how you won't say it again, right? Say it again. Y'all fucking touched me, you weird ass bitches. Y'all touched me, you weird ass bitches. Y'all are weird.
Why are you speaking as if you're supposed to be in Section 8 housing?
Yes, we are the ones that are being arrested.
Arrested these people? Protesting.
They will like mess them up, kidnap them without due process.
A lot of folks arrested. Bro, he got the gas mask on and everything too.
They always, and once again, I mean...
The definition of a woman is in First of all, circular definition. You think a woman is anyone who you said that the definition of a woman is anybody who identifies as a woman. You can't use the word that you're defining in the definition.
Why not?
Because it's circular.
Why is that a problem?
Because so if you define
why is that a problem?
If you define a word with the word you're defining, we still don't know what the word you're defining is. That's the problem.
Why not? It's in the definition. I gave it to you.
This dude been to 2 spelling bees, thinks he's him. It's a circular definition, dude. Come on.
Right. So if the definition of a woman is a woman,
yeah.
Do you understand how we still don't know what a woman is?
It's possible.
Okay.
Depends on what you understand.
Is that all she wrote for that one?
Jesus, bro. What was that? Goodness gracious. What's this next clip?
They attack education because they feel shameful being uneducated.
Bro, the education system's broken, bro. I went to college. You know how many classes I took that were straight nonsense, bro? Stupid. Bro, I took weightlifting as a course and got course credit for it. You know what else I took? I took walking as a course. I got 1 credit for a walking class. I took an acting class. Got 2 credits for an acting class, maybe 3. I don't even know how many credits it was. But like, there's so many of these classes are meaningless, and there's so many meaningless degrees. Underwater basket weaving, the study of uncolonizing Anglo-Saxon culture and, you know, the metaphysical world. Like, what are we doing? What is this? These degrees mean nothing. Here's my philosophy on this. I think the only time you should go get a degree is if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse or somebody in medicine, law, things like that. That's when I think you should get a degree. But even as a teacher, you don't have to have a degree. You want to know why? You can go get a teaching certificate. Just a certificate. That's all you need. You know how many of my teachers in high school only had a certificate, didn't have a degree, didn't even have an associate's? They went and took a class for 6 months and said, well, I'm a teacher. That's the problem. And then these colleges are for profit. They want to make money off of you, bro. Unless you're low income, which I was low income, so I got FAFSA, I got student loans and things like that, but also got a scholarship for music. But a lot of people don't get that option because their parents make too much or they don't want to go to college in general, which in that case, I think you should go get a trade. You want to go, you know, like in my opinion, being a truck driver is a trade. Being a welder is a trade. Being a plumber, an electrician, an arborist, things like that, those are trades, which we need. We need more people doing those jobs because as of right now, if we don't have it, before you know it, nobody's gonna be a plumber or a handyman. Have y'all seen that South Park episode about handyman? Oh my God, there's only like 3 or 4 handymen in the entire area, and like Randy Marsh is talking about fixing something, but he's like, yeah, I'm gonna call a handyman. The handyman's like, yeah, I'm pretty backed up right now. I can't come out there unless you're gonna pay me about $5,000. I'm working on a door install right now, and so Randy Marsh has to pay like out the wazoo for just to get a handyman out there because handymen are in such high demand because everybody just looks online and everybody's lazy and they don't know how to use their hands. Like that might happen in the future, you know what I mean? but I went to college and I could say a lot of the stuff I took in there was meaningless. The most I got out of college was a lot of the music classes and then also my friends. That's the most I got out of college. Chat, let me know if you went to college, what's the most you got out of it? And then also put a 1 in the chat if you think a lot of college courses are either a scam or meaningless. I went to college. I can tell you right now, a lot of them are meaningless. I didn't need to take horticulture 2. I didn't need to take astronomy. I didn't need to take astrology. I didn't need to take biology. I didn't need to take really math. I needed to take my music courses and then get a teaching cert and then boom, out. I didn't really, if I wanted to be a music teacher, right? Makes sense to do the music classes and then the teaching and boom, you're done. But bro, I had to learn how to play freaking violin. I had to learn how to play clarinet. Because when you want to be a teacher, you have to learn all the instruments on a 6th grade level. So, dude, there was times 22-year-old me, 23-year-old me, and yes, I spent 6 years getting my undergrad because I'm stupid. I did 2 victory laps. I know. When I graduated, my main professor was like, most of the time, Levi, people that have been to college for 6 years have 2 degrees to show for it. Shots fired! And I was like, thank you. It's good to have you. Either way, I had to learn all these instruments on a 6th grade level, and now I don't even teach. And then, even if I was a band director or a percussion instructor, I don't really need to know how to play the clarinet. I just need to know what it sounds like and be able to hear it in an ensemble. So many meaningless things I did in college. So chat, if you guys went to college, let me know. Was a lot of it meaningless? But I wanted to dive into this whole, political discourse right now just because I don't. And I think I learned a little bit, but I'm going to keep doing some research. But it's just crazy to me that there's already been 1,000 people arrested in Chicago, and it seems like Portland's a war zone as well. And things are just getting a little crazy in the world. But just know that I love you guys, man. I really appreciate you guys. The channel's been growing like crazy, and I have you to thank for it. This guy doesn't care, though. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Let me know in the comments if you like this style of content and if I should do it more. See you guys next time. Peace.